Human Rights Defenders.
Professor Dr. Hüseyin Demir, Human Rights Defenders, Berlin. Madam Chair, for nearly a decade, Turkey has stood as a textbook example of how the language of counter-terrorism can be weaponized to dismantle rule of law safeguards and normalize torture. Impunity has become the rule, not the exception. The Turkish Penal Code's Article 314 on membership of an armed terrorist organization is so vaguely drafted that over 2.2 million people have faced investigation since 2016. The CAT report shows that confessions are routinely extracted under duress, detainees are denied legal counsel, and torture, ranging from beatings and sleep deprivation to sexual violence, remains widespread and systematic. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has declared such persecution of alleged Gülen affiliates to amount to crimes against humanity. This repression now extends to children and chronically ill detainees, minors detained under the anti-terror law, Parkinson's patients kept behind bars, and women forced to raise babies in overcrowded cells. Torture and impunity reinforce each other. State officials rarely face investigation. Prosecutors decline to act. Court dismiss evidence as state secrets. Meanwhile, Turkey's anti-terror law remains a legal black hole. It criminalizes mere dissent, labeling criticism or journalist inquiry as terrorist propaganda. Nearly 200,000 terrorism cases are opened each year. Torture, arbitrary detention, and impunity are not isolated excesses. They are structural policies maintained by a judiciary subordinated to executive power. When prosecutors become persecutors and judges act as instruments of the presidency, there can be no justice, only intimidation wrapped in legal form. We therefore call on OSCE participating states to urge Turkey to repeal or amend anti-terror law no. number 3713 in line with international standards, press for independent impartial investigation of torture and custodial death, demand that Turkey implement European Court of Human Rights and UN rulings, release political prisoners, and restore judicial independence, condition security cooperation on measurable progress in accountability. The absolute prohibition of torture allows no derogation, not even under emergency. Turkey's government signed that principle in 1984, and it is time it began to honor it. Until then, our duty is clear: to keep exposing the violence behind the rhetoric of security, and to remind this assembly that silence is the oxygen of impunity. Thank you.
Thank you for your statement.